All right, here I am at the Francis Road Railroad Crossing in Mount Morris, Michigan. Now, this is a rather, classic little setup owned by the CSX/LSRC Saginaw subdivision. This is one of the further north crossings that are in Mount Morris and eventually leads to Clio. And I toured a lot of the southern ones so far, but this one is one of the northern ones that have trains go really slow through, and it's completely gateless. So I thought it was pretty interesting, so I decided to come and tour it. So I guess with all that said, there isn't many other things to say, so let's get on to it. So for the first signal, this has a WRRS base, one of the later generation ones. And here's the emergency information and the dot number, and the dot number is 232411W. And there should be an old C&O dot tag on the side. Don't look like it. And then for the lights, this has two pairs of WRRS 8-inch lights, as you can see, all sitting on a WRRS light bracket. Pretty neat. And for the bell, this has a General Signals Type 1 electronic bell, or a Type 2, one of the two. Haven't heard this in action yet, but kind of neat to see that this literally has like all WRRS equipment minus the bell. Maybe like a WRRS mechanical bell used to be here. So yeah, pretty simple setup, nothing much on there. So I guess with that said, let's go on and move on to the next signal. So yeah, for the next signal, which is similar to the first, this one has another WRS base with the plate zip tied on. And here's the emergency information, dot number once again. And if you look right here, there used to be an old C&O dot tag right here, but LSRC took it off. But yeah. And for the lights, this has two pairs of Western Cullen Hayes 8-inch lights. This must have been installed in the era where WRS was slowly becoming Western Cullen Hayes. So there's WRS 8-inch lights on one side and Western Cullen Hayes on the other. And these are sitting on a WRS light bracket as well. And for the bell, this has another General Signals Type 1 electronic bell, or Type 2. Might be a Type 1, it's pretty tall. So, yeah, that right there was the Francis Road crossing. Pretty neat little simple setup, I have to say. Pretty gateless, too. And here's the relay case. As you can see, it's pretty large. It says Francis Road, connects right to the telephone pole. So yeah, I guess with all that said, let's go to take a look at the track view. Down there is heading south towards Dodge Road, Union Street, Mount Morris Road, and Saginaw Street, more towards the Mount Morris area. And if you keep going, you will eventually find yourself in the Flint area. And if you look here, there's an old color light signal, owned by WRS most likely. And down there is heading north towards more crossings such as Field Road, Lake Road, Vienna Road, towards the Clio area. So, yep. Pretty neat stuff, I have to say. And also, if you look down there, there is the LSRC Mount Morris defect detector. That's right. I actually went on defectdetectordatabase.com, and I actually found this crossing on it. And turns out that there is a defect detector down here that trains only go like 15 miles an hour through. So I guess with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at this signal color. Yep, it is WRS, and it's currently flashing a red over yellow, it looks like. Let me see. Yep, nope, red over red. So yeah, there isn't anything coming on soon. It's a pretty silent line, I have to say. So yeah, I guess with all that said, this was the Francis Road Railroad Crossing in Mount Morris, Michigan. Pretty neat. I have to get this in action sometime soon, probably, if I could. So yeah, I guess with all that said, over and out.